You use AI every day, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, but every single message you send goes to someone else's server. Your questions, your documents, your ideas, all sitting on a cloud computer that you don't control. What if you could run that same AI power on your own machine? No internet connection needed. No monthly subscription. No data ever leaving your computer. It sounds like science fiction, but it's absolutely possible right now, today. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to set up local AI two different ways: a beginner-friendly graphical app and a developer-focused command line tool. And by the end of this video, you'll be chatting with a real AI model running entirely on your own hardware. Let's dive in.
Before we get into the how, let's talk about the why. There are three massive reasons to run AI locally. First, privacy. When you use ChatGPT, OpenAI can see and store everything you type. For casual questions, that's fine. But if you're working with confidential business data, medical information, legal documents, or personal writing, sending that to a third party is a serious risk. With local AI, your data stays on your machine. Period. Second cost, ChatGPT Plus is $20 a month. Claude Pro is $20. Google One AI Premium is $20. These add up. Local AI is completely free once you've got it running. No usage limits, no rate limits, no surprise bills. And third, control. You choose which model to run, how it behaves, what it can do. You can customize it, fine-tune it, or even disconnect from the internet entirely and it still works. That's freedom that cloud AI simply cannot offer.
Okay, let's talk hardware, because this is the one catch with local AI. You need a reasonably capable computer. Here's the breakdown. For small models like Microsoft's Phi 3 Mini, which is about 3.8 billion parameters, you can run it on almost anything with 8 GB of RAM. A basic laptop will handle it. For medium models like Llama 3 8B, you'll want 16 GB of RAM. And ideally, a dedicated GPU with at least 8 GB of RAM. For larger models like Llama 370B or Mistral Large, you're looking at serious hardware. 32 plus gigabytes of RAM, a high-end GPU with 24 or more gigabytes of RAM. But here's the good news: those small and medium models are genuinely useful. Llama 3 8B punches way above its weight and handles most tasks as well as GPT-3.5 did. So even if you don't have a gaming rig, you can absolutely get value from local AI. And the software I'm about to show you will automatically detect your hardware and recommend models that will actually run.
Let's start with the easiest method, LM Studio. This is a free application with a beautiful graphical interface that makes running local AI feel like using ChatGPT. Here's how to set it up. Step 1. Go to lmstudio.ai and download the app for your operating system. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Step 2. Install it like any normal application. Open it up and you'll see a clean interface with a search bar. Step 3. Search for a model. Type Llama 3 into the search bar and you'll see a list of available models from the Hugging Face registry. Look for Llama 3-8B Instruct. That's the sweet spot for most computers. Click Download. The model file is about 4 to 5 gigabytes, so it'll take a few minutes depending on your internet speed. Step 4. Once downloaded, click the chat icon on the left sidebar. Select your model from the drop-down at the top and start chatting. That's it. You're now running a powerful AI model on your own computer. The interface looks just like ChatGPT. You type a message, it responds. But there's no server involved. Everything happens on your machine.
Now, once you've got the basics working, LM Studio has some powerful features worth knowing about. First, there's a local server mode. Click the server icon and LM Studio creates a local API endpoint on your machine. This means any application that can talk to the OpenAI API can now talk to your local model instead. You can use it with VS Code extensions, with automation scripts, with web apps, all pointing to your own private AI. Second, there's the model browser. LM Studio shows you how much RAM and VRAM each model requires before you download it, so you never waste time on a model that won't run. It also shows community ratings and download counts, which helps you pick quality models. Third, you can run multiple models and switch between them with one click. Having a fast model like Phi 3 for quick questions and a larger model like Llama 3 for complex tasks is a great combo. And finally, LM Studio supports GGUF format models, which are specifically optimized for running on consumer hardware. You can find thousands of these on Hugging Face, many of them fine-tuned for specific tasks like coding, creative writing, or roleplay.
Now, if you're more technical, or if you want to integrate AI into your code, Ollama is the tool for you. Ollama is a command line tool that makes running local models incredibly simple, even simpler than LM Studio in some ways. Here's how it works. Step 1. Go to ollama.com and download the installer for your platform. Step 2. Open your terminal and type Ollama run Llama 3. That's it. Ollama automatically downloads the model and drops you into a chat interface right there in your terminal. No GUI, no setup wizard, just one command. But where Ollama really shines is its API. Once Ollama is running, it exposes a REST API on your local machine at localhost port 11,434. You can send it the same kind of requests you'd send to OpenAI's API, but everything stays local. This means you can build AI-powered applications, scripts, and automations without any API costs. Ollama also supports a growing library of models: Llama 3, Mistral, Phi 3, Gemma, Code Llama, and many more. And if you're a Python developer, the Ollama Python library lets you integrate local AI into your scripts with just a few lines of code.
With both tools set up, let's talk about which models to actually use. The local AI landscape moves fast, but as of right now, here are my top recommendations. For general-purpose chat and reasoning, Llama 3.8b Instruct. It's Meta's latest open model. It's fast, and it handles most tasks impressively well: writing, brainstorming, answering questions, summarizing text. For coding, Code Llama or DeepSeek Coder. These are specifically trained on code and will write, debug, and explain code in multiple languages. For running on weaker hardware, Phi 3 Mini by Microsoft. At 3.8 billion parameters, it's tiny but surprisingly capable, great for simple tasks, and it runs on almost anything. For creative writing and roleplay, Mistral 7b Instruct or a community fine-tune. The Mistral family tends to be more creative and conversational. And for maximum power, if you have the hardware, Llama 370b. This model rivals GPT-4 in many benchmarks, but it requires serious RAM. The key insight is this: start small. Get Phi 3 or Llama 3.8b running first. Use it for a week. Then experiment with larger models as you understand what your hardware can handle.
Let's be real about the trade-offs, because local AI isn't perfect. In terms of raw intelligence, cloud models still win. GPT-4, Claude Opus, and Gemini Ultra are running on massive data center clusters with hundreds of billions of parameters. Your local 8 billion parameter model is smart, but it's not in the same league for complex reasoning, long-form analysis, or intricate coding tasks. In terms of convenience, cloud wins again. You open a browser, type done. Local AI requires setup, model management, and hardware awareness. But here's where local wins. Privacy is absolute. There's zero risk of your data being stored, leaked, or used for training. Cost is zero. Run it 1,000,000 times and you never see a bill. And availability is guaranteed. No internet, no problem. Server outage at OpenAI doesn't affect you. Rate limits non-existent. My recommendation: use both. Use cloud AI for complex tasks where you need maximum intelligence. Use local AI for anything sensitive, anything repetitive, and anything you want to keep private. They complement each other perfectly.
Here's the bottom line. Running AI locally is no longer a niche hobby for hardware enthusiasts. Tools like LM Studio and Ollama have made it accessible to anyone with a decent computer. You get absolute privacy, zero recurring costs, and the freedom to run AI however you want. Start with LM Studio if you want something simple. Download the app, search for Llama 3, start chatting. Or try Ollama if you're a developer who wants to integrate AI into code. Either way, you'll be running real, capable AI models on your own machine in under 10 minutes. And once you experience the freedom of local AI, you'll wonder why you ever relied on the cloud for everything.
If this tutorial helped you, please subscribe. I post AI tutorials, tool reviews, and practical guides every week. And if you run into any issues during setup, drop a comment. I read every single one and I'll help you troubleshoot. See you in the next video.